A centuries-old school in Rome has a new American-born leader. Father Mark Lewis has been named the rector at the Pontifical Gregorian University. EWTN Vatican Bureau Chief Andreas Thonhauser recently sat down with Father Lewis to discuss his new position at the school founded back in the 16th century.
We're here at the Pontifical Gregorian University, and with me is the new rector, Father Mark Lewis. Thank you so much for being with us. How are you finding yourself in your new role?
Well, I'm finding it's an enjoyable job because the university is in good shape. It's a very famous university, so it's a real honor to be the rector. It's a bit of a learning curve to know to continue to learn the pontifical system after most of my experience in universities in the United States.
Well, the Gregoriana is certainly one of the most important universities for the Church, but also here in Europe. Can you tell us a little bit more about your vision for this institution also? How will it develop?
So one of the things when I was the academic vice rector that I became very interested in is the continuing development of quality in the classroom. So new pedagogy, updating, especially with electronic media, online courses. Before the pandemic, we were starting to experiment with that a bit, and the pandemic really pushed us even more into that.
So, being in the digital age, how does that change the formation of priests? How does that change also the study here?
Well, one of the things that was really important at the end of the pandemic is that the Vatican Curia said that it's really important to go back to presence because the formation of priests really is interpersonal. It's based on relationships, on meeting people, on learning how people live and work. That being said, I think there are some things that can be delivered well digitally, homework in a language that's repetitious. There are plenty of things that you can do that will allow more effective time in a classroom in a personal way.
And Father, what would you say are the most important things that students will learn here at the Gregoriana?
For me, the most important thing for a student at any Jesuit university, but certainly here at the Gregorian, is to learn how to think critically, to hear arguments and to be able to evaluate them logically, to be able to explore and reflect on their experiences, and to be able to translate what they've learned in theology to the needs of the people that they serve.
And real quickly, you are a historian yourself. You have taught here and you will be teaching, as I understand. Which lessons can history teach us today?
I think the most important thing that history gives us is context, so that we begin to understand that things were not always this way, or that if a decision was made to do things this way, it was based on a specific need at a specific time. And so once we know that, we're free to then evaluate those decisions based on new circumstances and new needs.
At the Pontifical Gregorian University, Father Mark Lewis, the new rector here, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, welcome.
In Rome, Andreas Thonhauser, EWTN News Nightly.